Welcome back to the Dylan Shea channel. We have just seen Arsenal, beat Crystal Palace 2-0 away from home. Now, if you watched, which you probably didn't, let's be honest, my video from a week ago on how far I think Arsenal can go. Make sure you watch that first, please. I said I don't think Arsenal would win this game because I thought, I flagged that last year whenever they went to an away ground with, you would say, a hostile atmosphere, they sort of threw the game away. They didn't really turn up in those games. So I thought they would lose this game, or maybe get a point. Whereas they've gone to Crystal Palace, they've performed really, really well, and they've kept a clean sheet, and they've scored 2 goals, and they've come home with the 3 points. Quite a statement to their top 4 rivals, Tottenham, Chelsea, Man United, West Ham you could throw in there. Did some people think they're going to go even further? Interesting to find out. If you can notice, there is a lot of dog hair on me right now. My dog is a pug, so it's got like brown hair, or grey, and I'm wearing black. Anytime I wear anything black, it just gets covered in hair. So that's why I'm covered in hair. If you didn't notice it, well, now you might notice it. So yeah, you might see I've gone for Joachim Andersen as my man of the match. I thought they would give it to Saliba or Jesus because they usually just give it to the player they're most excited by in the game. And Saliba was my second man of the match, so 2 centre-backs coming out on top there. But I thought Joachim Andersen was phenomenal tonight. I mean, I just thought, right in the middle, I just thought he was amazing. The amount of long balls, I think he must have done about 8 perfect long balls. You know, he was incredible tonight. You know, he showed his true range of long passing. Defensively as well, there was a few chances in the game for Arsenal that they had, and he blocked them or headed them away. He was a rock defensively, but he was also Crystal Palace's main threat going forward as well. I just thought he was sensational tonight. He was definitely my man of the match. But I thought Saliba was really good tonight. I thought there was a lot of pressure on him. You know, he's been touted by Arsenal fans, not even Arsenal fans, just regular fans, as a really talented centre-back that they signed a few years ago. And it hasn't quite gone to plan, the Saliba move to Arsenal. You know, he's gone on a few loans, Marseille last year, and he looked absolutely phenomenal tonight. I mean, I've seen a lot of Arsenal fans say that they think he's really comfortable on the ball. He did look very comfortable. What I was most impressed with was his defending, just his defending in general, his pace. He looked rapid. I mean, there were so many times Ayew or Edouard looked like they could get through, and he just out of nowhere, just like a train, just came through and took the ball off of them. And there was quite a few times as well where I thought Zaha was in, and he just came in with the last second perfect slide tackle to keep Arsenal getting a clean sheet. So I thought he was Arsenal's best player. But for me, man of the match tonight was Joachim Andersen. Quite an aesthetics kind of person when it comes to football. And, you know, I always look forward to when the ball comes out for the Prem and the Champions League. You know, I look forward to when the kits come out. And the kits were on point tonight. You know, that Arsenal away kit and the Palace home kits. I think that's the second nicest home kit in the league. Arsenal's away kit was really nice. I'm a sucker for a pink kit, that must be said. And yeah, I'm just that type of person who looks at, you know, what kits, how they look, and it was very aesthetically pleasing tonight on the eye, that game. Just 2 very nice kits. A few debuts today. We'll start with Arsenal's players first. We'll go with Zinchenko. Thought he did well. I thought he did do well. I think a bit defensively towards the end of the game, he got a little bit found out a little bit there. But overall, I thought he was good. And was interesting to see he was everywhere in the first half. He was out wide, he was in the middle of the pitch collecting the ball. I try and put his heat map on the screen for you. He was just everywhere in the first half, especially. There was at times where he was actually right in the middle of the pitch, basically being a CDM for Arsenal. But then again, he'd be an option out wide for them as well. So a good debut for him. I think probably just delivered what we expect from Zinchenko, really. Another debut was... Who else was there? There was Gabriel Jesus. Yeah, of course. Gabriel Jesus came in and died out in the second half, I think. I think we didn't really see him too much in the second half. However, in the first half, you could see the quality that Arsenal have brought in. You could see the quality of player that he is. And there was a moment where he just megged another debutant, checked the Corey, and then sent, I think it might have been Anderson, to the shops, and then set up Martinelli, who should have scored. But there was just quite a few times in the first half where he just took a player out of the game. Thought he pressed really well tonight. We obviously knew that was a big part of his game at Man City. We know he's always been good at that. Yeah, a good debut from him. I think Arsenal fans will be looking forward to seeing him play again, because he was very exciting, especially in the first half. Let's talk about Crystal Palace. Czech Decore obviously came in. Their only debutant today, apart from Ebioe, who came in for the last few minutes. Obviously not going to expect a massive performance from someone who has only come on for a few minutes. But I thought Czech Decore, I thought in the first half he really threw himself about. Some big tackles. He had one or two in the second half as well. I was expecting him to be a bit more. I was expecting him to be on the ball a little bit more. You heard before the game that he's a fantastic player on the ball, and I think we saw it. In times. There was one time in particular where he really picked a pass through the line. I think it was to Edouard. So yeah, and obviously it's his debut, so we'll cut him some slack. But I was expecting a bit more, but I thought he did well. I thought he did okay. I thought he was a bit quiet, especially in the second half. But the first half, I saw a few things that I did like from him. Obviously, coming into this game, Palace's pre-season was very different to Arsenal's. They couldn't have been more polar opposite, really. You look at Arsenal, who had a really successful pre-season, obviously beating Chelsea 4-0, which was a great performance from them in pre-season, and then obviously beating Sevilla 6-0. They obviously had a few more. I can't quite remember what the scores were, but Palace then having two squads actually on pre-season, one in England and one abroad. Obviously that's not going to help. I think you could definitely see that they weren't fully prepared in that first half. Even in the second half, there were times where Zaha was on the ball and there was just no one with him to connect. Play a 1-2 with. I think we saw it one time in the second half with Zaha and Eze, and it resolved in a good chance. So I think the more as the season goes on, Palace will get better. But I think today you could see that they didn't have a very long or good pre-season, really. It's funny because in the first half, in the first 20 minutes, Ben White lost the ball twice. There was twice where he just gave the ball away unnecessarily. I thought, oh no, another right back who's going to have a tough day against Wilfried Zaha. We've seen what he's done to players like Emerson Royale. And I thought, oh God, I think Arsenal could be in trouble here with Ben White at right back. But I think as the game went on, I think he did okay. I think Zaha at times bugged him off a little bit, but I think overall Ben White did a good job. Tell you what I was actually really impressed with was Arsenal's defensive shape. I mean, they just, every time Palace had a counter or managed to open them up a little bit, Arsenal just managed to, there was just so many bodies around Arsenal's box. They just got back so quickly. There was a time where Bukayo Saka did really well defensively for them and cleared cleared a ball at the back post. There was a couple of times as well where Odegaard came back, made a few tackles, cleared a few balls. They just worked really hard, and they were just really well organised defensively. Because Arsenal, which clearly they deserved their clean sheets, and I thought they did. Let's talk about the first goal for Arsenal. It was another set piece conceded for Crystal Palace. In my predictions video that I uploaded 2 days ago, I said that Crystal Palace, one of my main worries is their set piece record. And before Arsenal scored that set piece, Sky Sports actually put a little thing on the bottom, stats thing, saying they were the 17th worst team in the league for set pieces last season. And then next thing you know, 5 seconds later, Arsenal have the ball in the back of the net. Well-organised goal, well-planned goal, from Arsenal. Zinchenko getting his first assist at the club. Martinelli getting his first goal of the season. Obviously, I think he's a player who's going to be a lot more under pressure. And when he missed that sitter, I think you could. I was thinking, I think is the pressure getting to him? As the ball came along, you could just see he just couldn't work out which foot to use to kick the ball, and he ended up just side footing it wide. But that goal, I think, will obviously give him a lot of confidence, because I think Saka's had the big year. Smith Rowe needs a big year, but Martinelli really needs a big year, I think, because Arsenal fans do hype him up, but he's not had a incredible season yet at Arsenal, or a consistent one. He's had moments, but he's not had a consistent period where he's been good for Arsenal. So I do think we're getting to that stage now with him. I think it's this season or season after where we're going to have to expect more from him, and obviously he got a goal today, so that's a good start for him, and I thought he did play well. In the first half, Arsenal were fantastic. Palace did get into the last 6 sort of minutes, really up the intensity. Edouard missing a chance. Speaking of pressure, I think they should have started Mateta for this game. I raised him a bit higher than Edouard. I just think his link-up play is so much better than Edouard's, and that header, should he be scoring it? It's tricky because I think Ben White was coming really close to him, putting him under a lot of pressure. But when you have it's sort of a free header in that area. But when you have a header from that area of the pitch, should you be scoring? Maybe. But I think he should be feeling the pressure a little bit, Edouard. It's funny because coming into the season, I thought Gueye was better than Anderson. Now, I'm not going to say after one game that my opinion has changed, but I've seen better games from Mark Gueye. I won't lie, I thought he was a bit dodgy tonight. There was a moment where he just got caught. It was really poor. He just got caught in possession. Jesus stole it off him and created a good chance for Arsenal. And funnily enough, Joachim Andersen covered for him with an amazing block. But the left side of that defence for Palace wasn't good tonight. I thought Tyreek Mitchell did good defending Saka, but on the ball he looked so dodgy. And Mark Gueye, it wasn't his best performance as well. Arsenal getting that second goal was big. Obviously when you score 2-0 in the 90th minute or whatever it was, you sealed the game. From there, Bukayo Saka showing that he can just create anything from nothing. He's just a fantastic player. I actually thought he didn't play very well tonight, but he didn't play well, and he didn't score, but it's sort of his goal. If he doesn't do that, they don't score. It just shows the quality that Arsenal have, and I just thought that they were quality tonight. There was a mentality difference, and it's a bit worrying because I'm a Spurs fan, and they did look good. I don't want them to look good, but they did. I just think you could clearly see they were just a lot harder, I think Saliba gave that them. When you have a good back, when you have a good defence, I think it just sets up a lot of confidence for the rest of the team that you can go to away games and get a result. But yeah, they just looked so good, to be honest. And away to Crystal Palace, to win away at Selhurst Park, it's impressive. I really didn't think they'd win tonight. thought a draw maybe, but I thought Palace would win. It does seem a bit of a different Arsenal. You know, they came out and they just started playing champagne football. You know, they looked quality in the first 30 minutes. Defended really well tonight. Odegaard getting on the ball. He's so good, by the way. He is so good. Just a quality player. Never loses the ball. I think he could be a bit more selfish. You know, there was a chance where he could have shot and maybe scored, but he decided to go for the pass instead. You could say he reminds me of a David Silva, where, you know, just a really, really good technical player. Could be a bit more selfish, but that's just who he is, obviously. And it's worrying. It's worrying, I won't lie. I don't like it. I don't like the fact they've won tonight, Arsenal. Really, really wish they lost. But yeah, they were really, really good. Ultimately, this has just sent a message to the top 4 rivals, hasn't it? It really has. They've got a few winnable games now. They've got Leicester away, and then they have got Bournemouth away, then Fulham at home, Aston Villa at home, and Man United away. And I look at them games now, and I do think they can win every single one. They can. They're better than all of these teams. They're better than Man United, in my opinion. They're better than Leicester. We'll see. We'll see. It will be interesting to see how they get on. Crystal Palace, I expect them to be a lot better in the next few games. Obviously, Michael Olise as well, injured tonight. You know, he's a quality player. They would have really wanted him to start. He started last year when Palace beat Arsenal 3-0. Eze looked rusty, which is understandable. He just needs more games in him to find that confidence again, like he was playing in his first year at Palace, and he was at QPR. But I think they'll improve massively, Crystal Palace. You know, I've got them in the top 10 for my predictions, which you should watch, by the way. So yeah, I think they'll be fine. I think Arsenal, that was a statement win tonight for them. And yeah, if you have enjoyed the video, press the like button and comment where you think Arsenal will go this season. How big do you think that win was for them? And subscribe. I will be uploading more on this channel. And thank you very much for watching. Bye.